Universal EV charging coming soon. Well, Apple Green, what the heck? What the heck? This is perfectly good infrastructure here, and you freaking shut it down so nobody can charge if they have a Tesla? Now, we would not be able to charge in the Macan here. I get that. But every Tesla, now they're going to have to go off the highway. They're going to have to go down the street and find alternate charging. Why? Why did you shut this down? It makes no sense to me. And this sign, coming soon. What the heck?
What? You're getting frustrated?
No, it's just weird how much joy you take from all of this.
I just saved you an entire 30 seconds of your life. That's amazing. This is the intricates. You don't get this kind of content anywhere. Who thinks about these things?
You do.
Oh yeah, I do.
It's telling us that our first stop will be at Electrify America at Walmart, and we'll arrive there with 11%, and we'll go from 11% up to 80%, and that's going to be 12:46 a.m. So they always say nothing good happens at a Walmart after 1 a.m., so I think we're good. So I think we're good, right? We need a restroom, and we're going to charge in Richmond at the Walmart. So we're going to the Waffle House. And
I'm going.
we're going to try waffle. I mean, what time is it? Like 4:30 in the morning? Welcome to another episode of Out of Spec Dave, where Kathy and I are starting off here at Darien in our brandy new Porsche Macan EV. Wait a minute.
April Fool.
April Fools, that's the EV is over here. So let us tell you about this little journey that we're doing here. That's a used Macan. If you're looking for a white used Macan, it's a manager special. But we've got a 1,350-mile road trip here with Kathy and Bailey, and we're taking the Macan on Kathy's first big road trip. Now, many of you will remember, or some of you might, that I drove this car back from Fort Collins, Colorado, 1,800 miles here to Connecticut, and it was actually seamless. I used Electrify America for the most part, but what we're going to be doing on this trip is we're going to be instilling confidence in the missus about not even having the NACS adapter. We're not able to charge at Tesla unless we find ourselves a Magic Dock, which maybe we'll look for, but we're going to be using the route planner that's built into this car. We're going to be using the app that comes with this car that actually allows us to really using the ChargePoint network to authorize any number of stations out there, including Electrify America, which does have plug and charge. So we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to learn. Come join with us. Kathy, what do you say?
I say I'm ready to fly. Although, oh wait, we're driving.
Yeah.
Okay, we're driving.
Yeah, and by the way, it's 9 o'clock at night on a Thursday night, and we're driving straight through.
Well,
none of this Motel 6 stuff where you want to say, we're just going right through.
Well,
at least that's the plan.
The goal is to get past Washington, D.C., so we don't hit Friday morning rush.
Yeah, now I got to be back in the office on Monday for a big meeting, so I'm driving down, flying back on Sunday. It's going to be a blast. Let's go. All right, so here it is. This is a 2024 Porsche Macan EV. This is the Macan 4, which is, the Macans are available, at least here in the States, they're available rear-wheel drive, the 4, the 4S, and the Turbo. This car is spec'd with the 20-inch aero wheels. It has an air suspension. It has a sunroof that opens. It's got massaging seats. It's got ventilated seats. It's got InnoDrive, which we're going to be using a lot of this on this trip. InnoDrive is the lane centering and also the adaptive cruise control. This car does not have the heads-up display, but it does have wireless CarPlay, which we'll be using most of the trip on the screen above the center console to keep track of our challenges along the way, construction, perhaps other hazards that might be out there. I'm a big fan of Waze, but we're also going to be using the in-car navigation as we hop from charger to charger down the road. And the reason for that is because we want to be able to make sure that when we arrive at the charging destination, that the battery is optimally at the right temperature. So battery preconditioning, that doesn't work if you're using the navigation from Waze, but it will work as long as you're using the navigation in the car itself. This car does have massaging seats, the 14-way massaging seats, which are going to be great. It's, I'm I'm excited. This is going to be a blast. So let's hop in and start this road trip to Florida, 1,350 miles. All right, Bailey, it's time to jump in, and let's see how this seat is set up for her. Now, Miss Bailey loves road trips.
Boy, does she love a road trip.
And
I'm trying to find her.
we've got a little seatbelt harness thing that gets strapped in.
Put that one on.
There she is. Look at her. She's ready for a road trip. And yeah.
Okay, boo-boo.
All right. All right. So let's go over the route. Our first stop is going to be at the North Carolina Center for Automotive Research, NC Car. We've got a little present to drop off there for our good friend Sam, as we're going to be moving our offices out of spec offices into NC Car. So I've got a little package to drop off on behalf of Kyle. We're probably going to arrive at NC Car really early in the morning. It's now 9 o'clock at night, and who knows what time we're going to get there.
And what is that, Rocky Mount, North
It's
Carolina?
Garysburg. It's just over the border from Virginia. And so rather than put in the whole trip, let's just put it into there, and then we'll do this trip. I like to do the trip in little sections. So what we've done is we've input NC Car here from BMW, actually Mini of Fairfield County. And if you go over here, what you'll see is that we have charging settings. So the minimum, we're not going to be playing any games here. We're going to tell the system that along the way, we want to arrive at charging stops at 10%. And then at Garysburg, the final destination, we want to arrive there with 20%, just because it's a little bit in the boondocks there, right? So that's set. If we wanted to get aggressive and say arrive at 3%, okay. I'm just saying that I'm just showing the viewers what they could do. That's all. So, but these are the settings that we're going to do, and then the route overview, which is the blue line right here. It's telling us that our first stop will be at Electrify America at Walmart, and we'll arrive there with 11%, and we'll go from 11% up to 80%, and that's going to be 12:46 a.m. So they always say nothing good happens at a Walmart after 1 a.m., so I think we're good. So I think we're good, right? But so that'll be it. Then what we're going to do is the next stop is going to be an EV Go. And what's going to be great, Kathy, is you know the app on your phone that you can use to heat up the car, like the climate? There's also a module on the app that allows you, using the ChargePoint network. Think of it like the ChargePoint operator itself, ChargePoint. There are ChargePoint stations where you can charge, but there are also they're using the infrastructure of ChargePoint in the background to be able to authorize a multitude of CPOs, including EV Go. And we'll just authorize it from the app, and then we'll get billed through Porsche.
Okay.
All right. So we'll have to pay for that one, but who cares? I'm excited to check that out. We're going to show you how that works. And then we'll arrive at North Carolina Center for Automotive Research at a 20% state of charge. It looks like it's a total of 471 miles away. All right, Kathy, we are at a 98% state of charge, which is showing a total of 333 miles of range. So, which is good. This car is only rated to EPA rated 308, and it's showing 333. The temperature of the battery is right where you want it, in between that little line and this other one right there. But the way that I like to set this up is I like to run Apple CarPlay on this screen right here in front of the waterfall, and so we're going to run Waze here. And what's nice about that is it'll run right off my phone, and then we can keep my cell phone right here in the wireless charger, and it's a cooled charger. So Waze uses a lot of data as you're driving down the road, and it can overheat the phone. So the fact is that keeping it here on this wireless charger, it'll keep the phone charged and cooled. And then what I like to do over here on the center screen, you'll remember this is kind of the 3-pack where we've got information here on the left, information in the center, and then information in the right. Now, one thing that I could do is I could have the entire map over here, which is open, but I like to keep it right here. So the directions for us to go will be in the center of the screen, right here in front of the steering wheel. And for those that don't want to get the heads-up display, it's great. It's right there in front of your eyes, which is quite amazing. So what we want to do right now is we want to go to the destination of North Carolina Center for Automotive Research in Garysburg, and in order to do that, we've got it all in here. And the first stop is going to be Electrify American, as we talked about, all the way in Maryland. But what I am going to do is I'm going to keep Waze up here on the screen, and then I'm going to have the navigation over here. So you can see how it'll give me the directions over here, and the car will speak to me. And then what it will do is the car, knowing that it needs to go and charge in basically 200 and some odd miles. What's interesting is that the car knows that we want to arrive with the 10% state of charge, and it's showing 239 miles of range, not 333. And I'm thinking the reasoning for that is because it knows we're going to be flying down the road doing 70, 75 or whatever at highway speeds. So the car is not going to be as efficient. So it'll be really interesting for us to see what kind of efficiency we get on this vehicle on this whole road trip. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to reset the trip odometers so that we can keep track of that. Now you'll see that this is the personal trip right here. If we go up one, this is trip since 828, trip since charging. We charged level 2 at home, the total trip. And what we're going to really do right now is reset all the trip data. So all trip data, reset it all. Trip has been successfully reset. Now let's go back and make sure that we see, okay, consumption, average consumption. Oh wait, we go down. Trip since charging. Oh, we gotta do each one of them individually, I guess. All trip data. Okay, and then we'll go back over here and trip since charging and trip since 9:11 p.m. Let me just reset that as well. Reset trip data, all trip data, reset. And I think we are good now. Okay. So, yeah. It's 76 degrees out. It's 9:11 p.m. It's 6/12/2025. And based on the speeds that we're going to be going, we've got 239 miles of range. 98% state of charge. Let's go. So here we are on the New Jersey Turnpike, and there was a sign back there. What did it say?
Universal EV charging at the next service station.
Right. Translation: they shut down all the Tesla superchargers on this road. So the New Jersey Transit Authority, Transport New Jersey.
You're already delirious.
Well, I've only been driving for like an hour. What time is it? 11. 2 hours. New Jersey Transport Macan Authority. I don't know. They shut it down, so you can't charge your Tesla. Well, there are no more superchargers on this entire stretch of highway.
That is outrageous.
They shut them down.
Outrageous.
So if you're driving on this road and you have a Tesla, you can use a universal EV charger, aka CCS, as long as you have an adapter to go from CCS to NACS, or to the Tesla connector. Well, we don't need to stop in New Jersey.
No, I know we don't.
Because
but I thought that was an interesting sign.
Yeah,
it's a big sign.
It sounded good.
It sounded like all EVs welcome. This is the best place to charge
and that's true.
your EV.
It is the best place to charge your EV, as long as you have an adapter if you're running into a Tesla. So anyway, yeah, you know, I made a video with Jordan Schieffer and Tom Malogny over the Out of Spec Reviews channel a couple weeks ago, talking about this situation. I'll put a link to it here. Check it out.
It was breaking news. It just happened.
Right.
This is very recent.
It was June 1st. They shut it down, and
yeah, today's only June 12th.
You know, there was a.
Or is it still the 11th? No, it's the 12th.
Yeah, it's basically Apple Green is a company out of Dublin, Ireland, and they run approximately 200 travel plazas in the United States. They're the largest travel plaza, and they're beautiful. I mean, the stations are great, But in 2022, they were awarded a contract from the state of New Jersey to be the sole supplier, is what we have found out, of charging electric vehicles at their travel plazas. So I won't get into the whole thing, but New Jersey basically outsources Apple Green to run their travel plazas. Apple Green could cut a contract with Mobile Gas or Sunoco. They could do McDonald's or they could do Burger King, right? And they have chosen to also get into the electric vehicle charging business, and they have some charging equipment that they buy from ChargePoint, I believe, and also Alpatronic. I believe they're getting some higher power charging, but they don't have anywhere near the amount of infrastructure that Tesla has on this road. So on June 1st, along this highway, there are now 64 fewer places to charge, and they're all Tesla Superchargers. They all got shut down.
Horrible.
I don't think that's good.
I think that's horrible.
I think someone in New Jersey got paid off.
I think something fishy sounds like it's going on.
So look, I'll just give you a food analogy because I can relate to that. I love food. I mean, if Apple Green only wanted to have one restaurant in there, you know, when you walk in and you got like all the different places, all the food, they could, because they run the travel plaza, they could just have Burger King. And that's
I
it.
knew you were going to say Burger King.
They could just have Burger King, right? But Apple Green says, oh, you know what? We want to give our customers choice.
A little of this,
We're going to give them Sbarro here, Dunkin' Donuts there,
yeah,
Burger King over there, maybe a little, what's that? Yeah, the Chinese food. So they give their customers choice. Now, there aren't two brands of gasoline, right? But Apple Green, as an example, they run the Darien, Connecticut plaza that has Mobile Gas. But here in New Jersey, it's Sunoco. So they have different contracts with different vendors. The only vendor that Apple Green will deal with for electric vehicle charging is Apple Green. And they're shutting out everybody else. That's not cool. That's where they should give the consumer the choice. And what's even worse is Tesla has all that equipment in the ground. It's there.
I know.
So, and it's been there for years.
Do they need to renegotiate a contract? Is there some stall tactic?
I don't know, but I will.
Is there something happening behind the scenes you're unaware of?
Listen, Tesla has been supplying energy to cars, only Tesla, because even the V3s that are on this road are not open to non-Tesla vehicles. Like if you have an F-150 Lightning and the adapter, you can't charge.
I know, and I get that.
Those are just shut down for some reason. Now, I don't know why Tesla doesn't open up more V3s to non-Tesla vehicles. That's a different issue. But at least Tesla spent the money, put the infrastructure in the ground, and it's been there for years. Do you know that when Apple Green won the contract in 2022, they had precisely zero charging infrastructure in this on these roads? None. They didn't have one charging station open. Tesla had, I don't know, well, definitely 64. I can tell you that much, or some number. Maybe they've expanded since 2022. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Just hats off to New Jersey. Thank goodness we have enough energy to get through. Now, we, because we're driving a CCS car, could pull into an Apple Green.
I know.
And charge.
Right.
And I wonder if Apple Green is actually one of the ChargePoint operators that is on the back end authorized on the Porsche app because of ChargePoint, managing all the back end connectivity. So that would be really interesting. As a matter of fact, would you do me a favor and pull up the app on your phone, on the Porsche app, and let's check this. We'll come right back. I want to see if Apple Green is one of the providers. I know EVgo is, obviously ChargePoint, but I wonder if Apple Green is. Hold on one second. Thanks for looking that up. Bad news for Porsche owners. The Apple Green network is not, it's not part of the ChargePoint back-end processing. So therefore it does not show up in the Porsche app. So you're driving down the road and you're looking for an Apple Green to be able to authorize it using your app.
Using the Porsche app.
Using the Porsche app.
There's nothing on 95.
Right, but that's just for authorizing the units, right? In other words, the route planner itself in the car would show those Apple Green stations, because it shows like a Nissan car dealership. It shows everything. But that app, it's only going to show you places where you can actually swipe across and authorize the dispenser, no matter what charge point operator is operating it. But Apple Green's not one of them. So if we needed juice here on this road, we would probably use PlugShare or a better route planner, right? And since we have Waze, we could run PlugShare, and we would see the Apple Greens in PlugShare. And then we would pull in, and then we could do two things to get electricity from the Apple Green. One, we could actually just put a credit card up to the reader, right? And two, we could open up the Apple Green app.
Right.
But what Porsche's tried to do, and I'm sure
But actually, I think on my phone, I don't think I have the Apple Green app.
No, you don't.
So I should probably put that on.
Yeah, I mean, Apple Green is really it's a Northeast phenomenon. It's, New Jersey, it's Connecticut.
It's okay, we live in the Northeast.
It's New York State. No, I know, but I'm just saying, but even if let's say you went on Waze, or not, you went on Apple CarPlay or on your phone and you use PlugShare, and you found an Apple Green in upstate New York as you're going up to Montreal. Let's just say you're on a road trip. And you're driving north of Albany, and all of a sudden you see there's an Apple Green off of, I don't know, Route 87. So what you could do is just pull in to that station and then use your credit card, even if you didn't have the app, right? That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I know,
Yeah.
but I'm saying it feels like I should put that on my phone. I should have that app.
Yeah, I mean, if you want the ability to pay for the charging, the Apple Green also
I just
offers.
always want the ability to
No, but you can use your credit card. That's what I'm saying. But the thing is, by having the app, if you could become a member of Apple Green, and if you choose to, I think you can buy down the rate from like 59 cents a kilowatt hour. If you agree to purchase X amount of energy per month, they may buy down the rate to 49 cents a kilowatt hour, But like, for the rare times that you're really going to pull into an Apple Green and use it, you probably don't need to complicate your life with the Porsche app, with the Apple Green app.
Okay.
In the meantime, it would be good, I would say, ChargePoint, if you could contact Apple Green and add them to your back-end network so that the Porsche app would show Apple Green, then we would be able to get off this exit if we're running low on juice.
There is
And
again,
I say-
universal EV charging.
Universal EV charging. Right. And we would be able to use the Porsche app to authenticate and, swipe and authorize energy dispensing out of the Apple Greens, and then we would get billed by Porsche. That's all. It really is kind of complicated, but at least Porsche, by working with ChargePoint, is making it easier. But we're only on the just getting going here. It's going to be fun because I do want to check out other charging stations. The first one we're going to stop off is, in Electrify America, and the second one's an EVgo.
Which I don't pay for, right? Because every year free
That's right.
charging with Electrify America.
That's correct.
Okay.
And in addition to that, Porsche's worked it out with Electrify America. They don't even need to use their app or Electrify America's app. You can just plug in to any Electrify America, plug it into your Macan, and it'll automatically charge.
Good. I like that.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I hear that the handshake, when you do plug and charge, takes longer than if, let's say, we're pulling in. Like here's a station right here, the service center here. What is that one? What's the name of it? Walt Whitman. Actually, Walt Whitman was the one that I featured in my video right there on the Out of Spec Reviews channel. But if you were to, what was I saying?
I have no idea.
I don't either. That's weird. Walt Whitman.
Just watch this guy.
It was really important.
We were talking about plug and charge. And
Oh
not
yeah,
needing the
yeah.
app.
Thank you. So when you plug in and you're doing plug and charge in an EA in your car, it might take up to a minute because a lot of things are happening back behind the scenes. The information has to be
initiate.
to initiate. It's called a handshake. And so what happens is you plug in and
I wait for a minute.
you got to wait for the thing to
Patience is a
send.
virtue.
Well, time is money. So what's going on behind the scenes is Electrify America sends a signal to Porsche in probably somewhere in Atlanta, And then Porsche in Atlanta probably has some server in Germany that sends the signal over to Germany. Then it has a network, and then it's using MasterCard. Let's say that's on your app with Porsche. Then it has to go and see, do you have enough credit on your credit card in order to pay for the energy, right? And then, assuming that happens, it has to send the signal back to the Electrify America dispenser to be able to say, okay, give Kathy juice, right? I believe that if you actually, as let's say we were pulling in to an Electrify America station, instead of relying on plug and charge, which is very convenient, if you've got the app up on the phone and I'm driving in and you swipe when we're within eyesight of it, by the time we pull into the station, we can plug in and it'll already have done all that process. Really? Yeah.
Okay.
So you could expedite the speed with which you'll get the energy. And this is
just by being proactive.
By proactively using the app as opposed to relying on plug and charge.
Okay, let's use the app.
Right? That's like cannonball style, not gonna like.
This is advanced.
Yeah, like if you're really in a rush and you don't want to sit there and wait for the authentication.
Even if you're not in a rush, nobody wants to wait.
Right, so you're better off using the Porsche app
to
authenticate, even in EA.
Okay, so let's
I do declare.
Let's do that.
Well, you want to do that when we're in...
Yes!
Okay.
I have a phone, I have the app. You just said that will save a minute in our 25-hour road trip or more.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's save that minute.
Okay.
I'm all for it.
I don't know if it's a full minute, but it's definitely going to...
We'll time it.
It's going to be...
I'll put on the stopwatch.
The only question is, when you authenticate on the app and swipe, which unit is it going to... Like, you'll have to... I wonder if the app will tell... I'll go to,
1, 2, 3, or 4.
1, 2, 3, or 4. And then when you pull in, you'll have to be like, which one's 1, 2, 3, or 4? So... It'll give us something to do at 1:15 in the morning. All right, so here we are in the New Jersey Turnpike, Route 95 going south, and I just wanted to get off to check out what the situation is here. So look at this Tesla site here. There's nobody here. There's still juice to the chargers, but guess what? There's no charging here. It says coming soon. Universal EV charging coming soon. Well, Apple Green, what the heck? What the heck? This is perfectly good infrastructure here, and you freaking shut it down so nobody can charge if they have a Tesla? Now, we would not be able to charge in the Macan here. I get that, but every Tesla, now they're going to have to go off the highway. They're going to have to go down the street and find alternate charging. Why? Why did you shut this down? It makes no sense to me. And this sign, coming soon. What the heck? All right, Kath, so, yeah, Clara Barton, you were just looking at the navigation.
And it showed the Tesla Supercharger.
What app was that you were looking at?
I don't know. I just pulled something up and it showed we were here and then it said Tesla Superchargers.
Yeah.
Didn't say not working.
Well, yeah, that might have been, I don't know where we're going.
You go to a gas station. What's wrong with you?
No, you scared me.
I scared you. You have an electric car. You're pulling into a gas station. I don't know, Dave.
Oh, here we go. This is it.
Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Carry on.
Yeah. So, all right. So let me just get this real straight fast. Apple Green runs these travel plazas. Apple Green sells electricity at some of the travel plazas, but not all of them. But as of June 1st, Apple Green shut down all non-Apple Green charging. I'm like, this guy,
Holy moly.
his UPS guy just didn't want to move over.
No.
So perfectly good infrastructure.
In 2 miles, keep left and continue to
Lucid Air coming up. Let's look at that. So distinguished looking.
She's being a good girl.
She is, yeah.
She's
So,
a good girl.
So anyway, all those Tesla Superchargers, they had electricity to them.
Yeah, because they were lit.
They were lit, but they're not able to dispense electricity. They just still say Tesla.
I just still wonder how many people driving a Tesla remembers Clara Barton service center any of these on the New Jersey
None of them.
Turnpike.
Yeah, there's.
And then they go, oh yeah, I like that one. I'm going to pull in there.
Right.
And it's the middle of the night, and they may be pulling out of spec and pull in with 2%, 1%, 0%, and not working.
Follow New Jersey Turnpike.
Well,
You
that's
know
a
what I mean?
possibility.
I just,
That's definitely a distinct possibility.
I don't like the whole thing.
Yeah, no, it smells rancid, like rancid beef.
Don't like it.
Presque vieux, mais pas assez pour jouer dans ce feu. Tes yeux brillent dans la nuit. Viens avec moi et je te déshabille. Où allons?
All right, so Kathy, we just got a message just after coming into Delaware from New Jersey that the Porsche route planner, charging planner, is saying we can't make it. So let's go ahead and
Who wants?
figure out what we're gonna do. Okay, Kathy. So what the charge planner just said. By the way, look at the traffic going northbound on 95 here in Wilmington. That's a bad day. That's not good. So we don't have to deal with that. But yeah, so what we did was I re-put in the destination NC car, and now it's telling us that we should be going to Rosedale, Maryland. We're going to arrive at a 16% state of charge, and it's 56 miles away. So that's what we're going to do. And yeah, Golden Ring Shopping Center, Walmart. So off we go. Was it Rosedale, Maryland?
No, it was called some. Oh yeah, it was Rosedale.
Rosedale, Maryland. And we would have pulled in at I think 11% state of charge
At a Walmart
at a Walmart. What I did was I asked
at 1 o'clock in the morning.
at 1:15 in the morning, and what I did was I asked Siri what the crime rate in Rosedale, Maryland is, because it's right outside of Baltimore, and it said it was the worst crime rate in the entire state, something like that. So
We're not going there.
so we're not going to go there. Now this actually brings up an interesting point, that there's another vector, another dynamic, another data point that you need to think about when you're road tripping, which is safety. Now, it's not to say that where we're going to go, we will be safe, but I'm not going to Rosedale, Maryland at 1:15 a.m.
At a Walmart that's closed.
at a Walmart that's closed.
Yeah.
So where we are going, Kathy found on the Porsche app a Rivian Adventure Network
For 7 miles.
that's it's 7 miles away, and it's a 300 kilowatt station. And Rivian just opened up their network to all vehicles. See, when they first put in the Rivian Adventure Network, I think Kyle was actually the first person to charge at the first Rivian Adventure Network up in Estes Park.
Why am I not
Was it
surprised?
Estes Park? I think it was.
That's where we went when we went
In Colorado,
out
by
there.
like
Yeah.
the Stanley,
Beautiful.
by the
Yes.
Stanley Hotel, right?
Beautiful.
From the infamous
The
The Shining. Okay, so we're going to charge at the Rivian Adventure Network. Now, generally speaking, Rivian tends to put their locations, from what at least I can gather, at quality places. Like, for example, at LL Bean
Up in Maine.
in Maine. right? Estes Park in Colorado. This is now, are we going to Abington?
Or was it Belfast? Let me see.
It's actually
Belcamp,
Maryland.
Belcamp, yeah.
So we're going to go there. We're going to arrive at a little bit of a high state of charge, 24%.
Totally fine.
But we're not playing the game this trip,
No.
right? But we're getting creative here. I like this.
Well, we sort of have to. You know, when the last time we went down to Florida, we took your Model 3.
Yeah.
And
That was just
like
boring.
a no-brainer. It
was
wasn't
so easy.
boring, but it was easy. And this, you know, I think we just have to pay a little bit more attention.
But there's so
to
many
what's
more
going on.
choices here because of the way, I like what Porsche has done. What was interesting is Apple Green doesn't show up on the Porsche app, so you'd have to use PlugShare,
Right.
So you got to really think it through. But I think Porsche's moving in the right direction, the fact that all these different stations come up. But it's not like super easy, is it?
No.
I mean, maybe we just got to get used to it.
Well, there's also an added element when you travel late at night or in the middle of the night, because I know we're going to keep driving. You know, something always feels a little creepier at night than during the daylight hours. Maybe that's just me, but
Maybe.
that's how I feel.
All right, well, next stop, Rivian Adventure Network.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Let's do it. All right, so Kathy, here we are at Rivian Adventure Network in something, I forget the name of the town, in Maryland. Safe place. I think the shop ride's a 24-hour. And what we could not do was we could not activate the Rivian network from within the Porsche app. It didn't show it there. So maybe Rivian is not part of the ChargePoint back network. I don't know, but I've got a credit card and I'm not afraid to use it. So
Let's figure
here's what
this
we're
one
going to do. It says here, plug your Rivian in to charge, but we don't have a Rivian, so I'm just going to do that. Processing. Hopefully I paid the bill.
Approved.
Approved. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. We're going to plug this in. Hello there.
Does it fit?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Okay, now,
Now my car should talk to me when it's going to charge.
yeah, so,
It says, okay, over here, it says starting.
yeah. This may take a moment. All right, so we are here. Let me see the little camera. All right, let's see. Yeah, okay. So we are,
Citizens both home and abroad.
let's kind of see what we're going to pull here. It's okay, now it's ramping up. So you see, now this is a 300 kilowatt station. Battery is in the temperature right here. That's perfect for charging. It's still ramping up here. 100 kilowatts now. It's not ramping up super fast. We're actually at a,
Well, it's at 141.
well, oh yeah, there it
150.
goes. We've got 77 miles of range. And what do we pull in here with what percentage of charge? Pulled in, I think, with a 24% state of charge. And
It's up to 220.
now we're going 226. Here we go. Now we're talking, folks. So this car will pull 270 kilowatts, assuming you're on a charging station that is able to give it the juice. And so an EA 350 will see 270. This is a Rivian Adventure Network 300 kilowatt. And so, but look, 230, that's good. We'll take that. And I think we're going to go pretty deep into the pack. What time is it? It is 1:10 a.m. Let's just go over the trip real fast so we can take a look at how far we've gone in the efficiency. So let's see. Trip since we left at 9:11 p.m. Everybody's got a little different lingo. 31.5 kilowatt hours per 100 miles. There hasn't been a lot of traffic, so we've had an average speed of 63, which is good, and we've gone 213 miles. One thing's for sure, not a lot of traffic, which I like. I like this. I like this so far. But yeah, this is kind of nice here. Let's see what we got. Bailey's she's gonna do her thing over here. Oh, and look at this. It shows the speed that you're pulling right here,
Yeah, very clearly.
the time, the total kilowatt hours, the cost. I wonder what that is per kilowatt hour. It seems to be expensive, maybe like 60 cents, but that's okay. And yeah, these are kind of nice looking units up here. Look at that. So anyway, the Macan has been doing great. So comfortable, so smooth. Massaging seats on. They only stay on for about 10 minutes. I keep forgetting to keep them on, but they really are comfortable. But look at this thing in the front. Boy, you can hear the thermal management. It's probably cooling the battery. Let's see what kind of temperature we're at right now for the battery pack. This will be interesting to see. Oh boy. 104 degrees. So it's a little bit above the range. So this little indicator there, like it's almost like a square parentheses. We're above that. So the car is trying to cool the battery pack down a little bit. We're still pulling over 200 kilowatts at, let's see what state of charge we're at. We are at a 41% state of charge and still pulling 202 kilowatts. So to give this sort of a comparable, wow, it's interesting. It's bouncing up and down, 207, 202, 203. But at a 50% state of charge, a Model 3 or a Model Y Tesla will pull 100 kilowatts. And here we are pulling at a 43% state of charge. We're still right at 200 kilowatts. So this is a flat charging curve. We plugged in, we saw what, 234 at max on this 300 kilowatt Rivian. And just dipped below 200 at a 44%. Let's, I'll check back in a minute when we hit 50%, see what we're at. So when we talk about this car being a charging beast, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that when you're in a higher state of charge, you're still pulling the juice very strongly. 45%, 198 kilowatts. That is really flat, not tapering at all. I like that. Beautiful, beautiful Porsche. All right, so at 56%, we're still pulling 169 kilowatts. This is beautiful. I forgot to check it at 50%, but at 50%, it was probably still pulling like 185, 190. So at 57%, 168. That is really good. I'm loving that. So what I want to do now is I want to go over and check out our next stop.
Your foot.
We're going to go to NC Car, and I'm not really sure what this is saying here. Stafford, Virginia. I don't know. I mean, we should be able to go a lot further than that. This is kind of odd. Let's see. There's NC Car. Okay. And what's nearby there? Oh, look at all this stuff. Let's see what's nearby. No results. So I'm not really sure where we're gonna. I'm gonna pop this up to probably 80, 85%. I want to see. We're still pulling 160 kilowatts at 61%. That's awesome. All right, so we're at an 87% state of charge. I think we're going to go to 90 and then take off. Battery pack, it's been it got up to 114 degrees here, but yeah, we're pulling, you know, 40 kilowatts, and at 87%, total cost is $39, and we've taken on 61 kilowatt hours. So great little stop here, and yeah, the car's doing great. And there are a total of six of these stations here with Rivian. So right off of 95, there's a McDonald's here. There's a ShopRite that appears to be open, but I don't know, maybe it's closed. But yeah, great stop here. So we've got about just 2 more minutes and then we're going to take off. Okay, so we've hit 90% state of charge. We're going to unplug. $41. And let's see, we'll just hit this button. And 32 minutes here, we went from 24% to 90%. And we're going to unplug. There we go. And off we go. All right. So, good charging stop, Kathy. What'd you think?
Yeah, that was great.
Do you want to just go over see if the ShopRite's open?
Well, not now. Now we're ready to roll.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's roll.
Let's roll. All right. So Kathy and I were just before we left here, Rivian. We just wanted to kind of figure out what our next stop is. We put an NC car in, which is down here, and there you got NC car, which is great. But it's telling us that it wants us between here in Maryland. We still have to go through Baltimore, and then we need to go through Washington DC and through Richmond, and it's telling us to stop at a 150 here, which is really strange to me. I can't imagine that. I mean, there has to be other charging stops
Yeah, I'm sure there are. Well,
along the way. So I think we're fine to get going because, and then NC car is just over the border
yeah, I
from
think
Virginia.
Once we get south of DC,
Yeah.
we'll regroup and
We'll
take a
regroup,
look. But
okay.
I agree with you. I think this is a little wonky.
It's a little wonky. I'm just not seeing, like, where are the other charging stops, you know, like, and like, how do you cancel this out? Well, you have to hit this button over here and then you can go ahead and cancel it. And then it zips it around the wrong way, so you got to spin it because I want to have north up, and it doesn't show any other. Well, there's a 350 there.
Well, that's way up the
Like,
highway.
why would they even show that if it's?
Right.
Why is it not showing other 350s right along the way? There has to be. Yeah, so not loving this, but it's definitely, I'm having to work it,
You really are.
and you are too.
I'm trying.
But it's okay. What else are you going to do at 1:49 a.m. in the morning? All right, so just a quick update. It is 4:07 a.m. Feeling great. Yeah, let's drive to Florida.
Had some disco music.
I know. Play that funky music. And Lady Marmalade.
That was good.
Who sang that?
Isn't that Patti LaBelle?
Patti LaBelle. Yeah. All right, so we have gone 366 miles in 5 hours and 42 minutes, 3.16 watt hours per mile, and we've been averaging 64 miles per hour. No traffic. This is the time to drive. I mean, it's the best. It's so easy. And the car is super comfortable. Although we're kind of fighting
Fighting the navigation.
not the navigation, but the charging, the route
stations,
planner for where
they
we
are.
want to go. It's just not speaking to us, is it?
Not the language we understand.
No, I don't know. But we went over to PlugShare. We checked a couple things. It seems like there is a bit of a EV charging desert between Richmond and just north of the North Carolina border.
If you're looking for fast charging.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go to a Chevy dealer and charge at a
Right.
50 kilowatt, or a Nissan dealer, but you know, you can filter things out, you can show it. So I think it's doing, like, if you say go from here to Marco Island, it zaps the trip together really fast, like really fast, and it lays it out. But I just questioned, like, now we're having to pull in
We don't have a lot of choices where you can pull
We
in
can't-
10%.
We can't make it quite to the one that's in Southern Virginia. We're going to be like within 5 miles, and I just at this hour I don't want to play around with that.
Thank you for that.
No, look, I've learned my lesson. So, but what we're going to end up doing is we're going to pull into Richmond, Virginia, just north of Richmond, at a 33% state of charge. So, chances are, if we just let the nice tracker boats. Squirrel? Where?
You're delirious.
Mine. Where am I? Epcot. All right, so we're gonna pull in. We're at 5.6 miles away, and we're gonna be pulling into Electrify America Walmart,
Which won't be open.
4:15 in the morning. I mean, I don't know. That's kind of early.
They're not open.
They might be open. There could be a 24-hour Walmart.
Are there any?
I think so. Maybe. I don't know. All right, so we're going to do that. And what I'd like to see is if you can use the app to authenticate with the charger.
Yeah, we'll try that.
There's a truck behind me. Oh,
You got 3 trucks in front of you.
and now he's coming around me. So,
Trucks have taken over.
yeah, that's okay. That's not a big one. That's just a little dump
But
truck.
look at the 3. They're totally blocking
Yeah,
the road.
that's okay. That one's getting off the exit. And these two are just like, we're in a convoy
Hey, good buddy.
with a Kenworth hauling logs. All right. So next stop, Richmond, Virginia, and I'd like you to bring up the app and see if you can activate the charger, even though it is plug and charge, right? So I just want to see how the app works, so we can maybe the next station we can try it. A Flying J or an EVgo, or I'd love to find Iona, but I don't know where they are.
Oh, I don't know where they are.
I don't know where they are either, but those are really high-powered stations. I think 400 kilowatts. So, all right, let's figure this out here, where we need to go.
All right, Kathy, we need a restroom, and we're going to charge in Richmond at the Walmart. So we're going to the Waffle House, and
I'm going.
we're going to try waffle. I mean,
We're
what time is it? Like 4:30 in the morning?
Yes.
You know
We
what?
know Walmart's not open.
Walmart's not open, so let's go in here, and yeah, look at this, the Waffle House. And we've been harsh on the Waffle House. Let's give this a fair review.
I've judged it from things I've heard.
Look, it's a yellow building, and this guy's got a matching car right there. Look at that thing. Let's get in here. We got to get us a waffle, at least one. All right, so here we are in Richmond. We just got Waffle House to go, and we're gonna sit here and eat. This is just such a fun time charging at the Walmart. Well,
You think I should have that one? This is. I have
you want to do this one?
I have to
All right,
manhandle
do this one. Do this one. Yeah, you have to manhandle it. All right. Nice green colors. Boy, this is a beautiful shot. Nothing like the glow of EA at 4:30 in the morning at a Walmart. There she goes. You're too high.
Yeah?
Yeah. You want me to get in there?
No, I have to figure this
All
out.
right. Let me give you a little light. Hold on.
Jesus, it's like it wants to fight me. I
Hold
don't
on.
know why.
You got it?
Yeah, you see how it wants to twist this way?
Okay.
Am I on the wrong side of the car?
No. There you
Oh,
go.
I think I did it. That was hard.
It took a half hour.
Plus, I don't think that.
Oh wait, connecting to the vehicle. Look at this.
Okay.
You're over here. This is a violation,
I'm delirious.
but no one's here.
It's 4:40 in the morning.
It is. Processing.
Okay.
Authorized.
Good.
All right. Initialized charging. Let's see. We pulled in, initiating. We pulled in at a 33% state of charge.
Icon exclusive plan.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, it's going. It's cranking up fast.
Oh yeah, it says nothing on the screen.
Well,
Oh,
come on in the car.
No, here it goes.
Yeah, the screen's not great. let's see what you get here.
Okay.
You're already pulling over 200 kilowatts. And you're at a 35% state of charge. So, yeah, that ramped up faster than it did at the Rivian,
Rivian place,
but we're not pulling quite the speed here, and that's probably because we're already at a 35% state of charge, possibly. I don't know. We're not gonna get picky. Let's eat.
Yeah, we have food from
Let's
Waffle House.
Let's eat.
Let's do a taste test.
We got the
I'll
Waffle
put it on
House
my
coffee.
left here.
Bailey,
I have my JetBlue blanket.
how you doing, girl?
JetBlue.
She's been such a good girl this whole trip.
Yeah. Oh, I see a waffle.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's hot. That feels good.
Is
It was
it?
so cold in there, wasn't
Oh yeah, it was really
it? Oh,
cold.
look at you. You got like a big
Yeah,
party
I got a
man's breakfast.
Big
there.
breakfast there. Let's see what.
Some utensils.
Open this up. Let's see what we got here.
You got
Oh
bacon.
man.
Oh, you got a lot. Hash
yeah.
browns?
Hash
Eggs?
browns, eggs, bacon. I got apple butter. Oh man. This
Life is good at the Waffle House.
Mhm.
And they were so nice in there.
They really were.
And honestly, the bathroom was clean. I was
So, Kathy,
pleasantly
do you
surprised.
take back everything you've said about the Waffle House?
I think I do. That was a very good experience. That was my first experience.
Yeah.
It was very good.
I'm gonna let
The
Bailey
service
have some
was
bacon.
excellent.
You want some bacon,
Of
girl?
course she does.
All
What
right.
kind of a question is that? She's being so good.
Here. Can you take that? All right.
What? So you can feed her?
Okay, Boo Bear. Here you go. All right.
Is that good, Boo Boo? Oh, does your daddy love
A
you?
little bit of bacon.
All right, one more bite and then we have to eat.
Good girl.
Good girl.
All right.
All right. You going in for it, Dave?
Scrambled eggs.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Good?
Seriously? Good. Yeah. I like the
Okay,
hash
there's
browns.
our first food review.
Mm.
All right, I'm gonna eat my waffle
Maybe
now.
we should put this on the Dave and Kathy
We could do a
Unplugged
whole,
channel.
We could do a whole food tour.
First time ever at the Waffle House. Oh, man, I love this. This is really good. It was $12, tax included.
Okay.
Under the moon by the Walmart while we're eating our Waffle House. Look at this breakfast here and the waffle. What's your technique? You rip
Yeah.
the waffle with
Rip the waffle.
then
so it becomes finger food.
rip and dip.
Rip and dip.
Okay, rip and dip.
And then, if we don't want to eat the whole waffle, it's not all gooey with the syrup.
Oh yeah.
Okay?
Is it good?
That's delish.
Okay. All right, Bailey. Do you want to?
I've given her plenty. All right, here's another. I'll give it to her.
All right. So let's figure out. This is telling me that it's got the limit on the charging at like 60%, and I'm not sure
Oh, no,
why.
I don't want to do
Yeah. Type in. Let's go to Buc-ee's in Florence.
2 C's.
No, it's
One E.
but there's an apostrophe.
I don't know it.
No.
Buc-ee's. It's right there.
Oh,
Let's say.
look at that.
Buc-ee's.
Oh, that's 263 miles. Hit that.
The first one here.
Yeah. We're going to be charging there at the Mercedes chargers. And, okay.
Will we get there with 10%?
Well, yeah, but we're going to have an intermediate stop first. So
Well,
let's,
where does it say that? I think
I
that's
think
where I get
it's
confused.
saying it
Oh,
here.
if you do that.
so we're going to hit, well, this is the 350 that we're at now.
Okay.
Okay. Then Smithfield, we're going to have to stop.
Oh, I know. Oh, at the outlets. We know where that is.
Yeah. Okay. And then we'll be to Buc-ee's.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. And then we're going to hit, we'll hit the track, NC car on the way down. But, so let's let this tell us what state of charge we need to leave at, right? So this is basically, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's 75% or something like
I
that.
would like.
Let me just see something here. If we go over to charging, oh, set target charge 81%.
Oh, no, I want to set.
No. We want to let it do it because we overcharged the last time. Had we listened to what it said to do, we would have left 10 minutes early and pulled in here at like a 10% rather than 33%. So what this is doing is it's setting the target charge to 81% because it knows that we need to pull into Smithfield in order to get us. So let's just
let's just trust what this system is saying to do. What do you think?
No, I don't trust anybody. I trust myself.
No, this is not. You trust yourself.
I would always give it 5% more than it says.
We got bailouts.
Do what you just said before. there
No,
wasn't
this
that
area
much.
between Richmond and down there is pretty lame.
Okay.
You know, honey, I'm having a great time. 4:50 a.m. Waffle House.
Disco music.
Do you think that's authentic Vermont maple syrup?
No. Does it say it is?
I don't know.
What does it say?
It says Waffle House syrup.
Yeah, but not Vermont.
Yeah, it's Virginia syrup. But
Okay, but it's delicious. Everything's delicious. It
yeah,
really
this is the way you eat it, right here.
You give us the technique, take
Uh-huh.
on it.
A really good waffle. How dare us?
I know.
How dare we?
Because really, that was a great experience. Mostly because the guys in there were so nice.
They were not.
They
The guy
were
was so tired, right?
nice. He
I said, "What
was.
time you get on?" He started at 9 a.m. and he was working till
Not 9 a.m.
9 p.m. and he was working until like 6 a.m.
Yeah, he was like into 7.5 hours.
He was delirious. He was like, we were just standing there and we were waiting for the food, and he, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot to give you your
And he was
food.
standing right there.
Yeah, no, he was a nice,
all right.
totally nice guy. All right, Bailey, you good, girl? She's good.
She really is.
All right. So we're at a, what are we charging at? 67%, 139. All right, Kathy, it's 4:57 and it says the charging is going to be reached at 4:58. So it looks like it's going to take it up to 81%. It's at 79% right now. We're still pulling 100 kilowatts at basically at 80%. So that's pretty good. Target charge reached at 4:58. Let's, why don't we get out and then you can unplug?
I just got myself all settled in here. Why don't you unplug?
Well, because
I've
you're,
already proven I can plug in.
but can you unplug?
Yes, but you can do it for me now.
But
I'm already all
I
settled.
don't want to take the fun out of it for you.
No, I'm good. I want you to have all the fun.
Really?
Yeah, I really do.
Okay, that's
I
fine.
already have my blankie. I'm all set.
I'm going to drink this major coffee. That's going to be good.
And then you can go out there and throw out the garbage.
All right, let me go do
And
that.
wait, this is garbage. This is garbage. Throw all that out.
All right, look, they have a garbage pail over there at the
At the
Walmart.
Walmart.
At the Walmart. What do we at here? All right. Boy, these green colors at 5 a.m. throw off a romantic glow, Kathy, you know? Wow, beautiful. These are some nice units here, all brand new in Richmond, just north of the city. And you can see they've got some cameras up there. They've got it well lit here. And there are garbage pails over by, Kat, they got security cameras up here and it's well lit.
Oh, that's good. It feels safe here because it's lit so nicely.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
It's fine.
All right. What state of charge are we at?
83%.
Okay, so
201 miles.
does it say we're ready to go? Target charge
Yeah, it says
already reached. Okay, so we're ready to go.
Okay.
I'm gonna unplug. We're just gonna hit stop over here. There we go. There it is. All right, charging stop number 2, 21 minutes. Took on 49 kilowatt hours. Pulled it in a 33% state of charge, leaving at 84% state of charge. And off we go. All right. There it is.
Okay, well, that was a very good experience.
So far, have you had any stress? Really?
No,
None, right?
no.
Just figuring stuff out. Like, I've had more stress with the route planner than I have with charging. Charging was flawless here,
Flawless.
right?
It's great. Well, we just have to get used to this map system.
Yeah, little things. So our next stop is going to be Smithfield, North Carolina.
Okay. Too bad the
However-
outlets won't be open.
However, we're going to stop off at the track first
Oh, okay.
in Garysburg,
Yes. Okay.
and then we'll keep going.
Yep.
So here we go.
Here we
go. Boy, oh boy.
What time is it?
5:07.
Okay.
It's almost time to get up and go to work.
Not me. It's summer vacation.
Yeah, I know. I called it.
And I'm pulling an all-nighter.
I'm on vacay
Like
today.
a young and wild person.
Yeah, I took today off.
But you
And,
had to. You're my chauffeur.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Let's hit the road.
Well, good morning from Stony Creek, Virginia. We did a little bathroom break. I actually slept. Both of us slept for about an hour. It's 7:30 in the morning on Friday, and next stop is going to be the track, NC Car. Now, we've stopped here most recently a couple of times, to charge over here at Tesla, but there's no CCS here. Plus, we're not ready to charge. But this is it's a good stop. There's a Starbucks and there's a Wendy's over there. But the fun thing is that Bailey's got a nice little dog park over here. Where is she? Hey, girl, where are you? There she is.
I have this on backwards.
Oh, you got her harness on backwards. Yeah. I think I put my shirt on backwards. I don't know. Bailey, you got a nice little dog park here. What are you doing, girl? Go run around. Huh? Go run around. Oh man, I think you had it on right.
I think I did, because when I tried the other way, it was wrong. This is right.
Bailey Boo, hey. All right. You doing all right, Kath?
I'm a little tired.
What?
I need a little coffee.
You did great last night.
I did.
Yeah, you got a
I
little.
kept you entertained.
You got a little shut eye, not too much, but there she is,
She's pretty happy.
the Boo Bear, the Bailey Boo.
She left a lot of little love notes.
Oh yeah. Hey girl, you want to go back in the car? Huh? Up she goes. All right, and in, and let's see. We'll get this thing harnessed up. There she is.
Okay, you stay, boo-boo. Good girl.
All right, Kathy, just to go over the trip so far, we're 425 miles into the trip. It's 7:54, so we got a nice little, I at least got, did you sleep?
I slept for a little bit, yeah.
Okay, good. Needed to do that. The hotel was very inexpensive here in this parking lot. The seat was very comfortable. We've been driving a total of 6 hours, 43 minutes.
Wow,
And
really? Because we left.
our average speed is 63 miles an hour, no traffic.
Okay.
And we're still at
But we left at 9 o'clock last night.
9/11, yeah.
And it's 8 o'clock now.
Yeah.
So we didn't get very far.
Okay, honey. We're 425 miles into a 1,350 mile trip.
I know, I feel like we should.
So we got 900 miles to go.
Okay.
It's Florida. We bought a place at the other end of the world.
My point is, it feels like we should have gone further for some reason.
I'm very sorry.
I'm just looking at the numbers.
Bailey?
That's all.
How do you feel about this? Have we made progress?
Yes, we've made
Daddy, you did great. You did so
You
well.
did do great.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Sorry.
You want to drive?
No. Off we go.
Off we go. Goodbye, Stony Creek.
This is really a good stop, though,
Yeah.
because Bailey has the little dog park.
Yeah,
And while she doesn't run around much, she sure does sniff around
she sniffs.
and leaves little love notes.
Don't we all?
I don't know, do we? We.
Well, I do. I mean, you know.
Well, you're special.
So we are 41 miles away from NC Car, and I thought we were going to get there a lot earlier than we're going to. So I have instructions. Let me put that on mute right there. I have instructions from Kyle. If Sam, who runs the track, isn't there, we can get behind the gate, and got a little gift for Sam.
Yeah.
Because Kyle is going to be relocating the business to North Carolina.
I will say I'm happy he'll be back on the East Coast.
He'll be back on it, but he travels so much,
Yeah, I
we'll
know.
probably see him less often.
No, I can't see him less often than I already do.
But we're keeping the hub out in Colorado,
go.
you know, so he's still going to be, we're expanding out to have 2 locations, but the business will most likely be formally, his residence will be full-time in North Carolina, and the business will most likely move officially to North Carolina as well. So,
Well, it wasn't a big part of it. He just loves to have access to that racetrack.
well, you know, the thing is, if you think about it, when Kyle first started the business 7 years ago,
Was it?
yeah, 6-7 years ago, the finding the track was, what is this thing? They didn't even know it existed. But getting cars to, as he started to grow the YouTube channel, getting cars from the manufacturers, Atlanta's a big hub, but Raleigh is not really a big hub. And so he moved out to Denver, you know, Alyssa and they loved the mountains
Sure.
and did that whole thing. And, you know, I think Alyssa is from North Carolina. Kyle went to college in North Carolina. So they're going to move back and that'll be good. So, yeah, Sam, who runs the track, if he's there, definitely want to say a quick hi. But anyway, 41 miles away from the track, there's a Burger King there at Garysburg, which is, they have good croissants.
Oh, I can eat a croissant there.
And
Okay.
you know, and you can get special orders, don't upset them.
Well, I don't know about their coffee.
That's McDonald's. Hold the chicken, hold the lettuce. No, well, you know, remember, have it your
No,
way.
it was Burger King.
Have it your
Wait,
way. No, have it your way.
It was McDonald's?
Is that McDonald's or is
No,
that Burger King?
Burger King.
That is Burger King.
BK, right? At BK.
At BK, have it your way. Yeah, you're right. So you can get a croissant with cheese,
No egg.
no egg,
No egg.
no sausage.
No sausage. Just
Okay.
cheese.
All right, so, and we will arrive, we're actually currently at a 65% state of charge, and we will arrive at the track at around 49%, and then we'll reevaluate where we're going to stop next.
Okay.
Okay? But I'm glad I got that. I feel refreshed. I feel,
Do you? And I think
feel
we both
great.
need a nice
Yeah,
cup
I
of
needed to
coffee
stop. I
and-
felt like you were asleep, and I was getting a little dangerous there. So I just said, we got to stop. And
Okay, good.
we didn't realize that this was the place. When we pulled in, we're like, oh, we know this place. So,
yeah. It's great.
yeah.
No charging there, which we didn't need anyway, but
Yeah.
just for Tesla. It's a good Tesla spot.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's hit it. Next stop, Garysburg, North Carolina,
Okay, let's do it.
and North Carolina Center for Automotive Research. Here we come. Three, two,
What?
one. There's a sign right there.
North Carolina.
Carolina.
Oh, I just dropped my mic. Where?
Don't worry about it. You can you'll
It
hear
rolled right off of me with my
with
enthusiasm.
your enthusiasm. So yeah, now we're making progress.
Okay, now I feel better. We're in the South.
We're in the South. Okay. There's a sign for Chick-fil-A. What we need is some.
You know, I wouldn't mind a little Chick-fil-A today. I like me some Chick-fil-A.
You know what I had the other day?
I'm afraid to ask.
I had a McDonald's chicken sandwich.
Grilled?
No.
What's the-
I wanted it to be grilled. They said they didn't know how to make it grilled.
Didn't they used to make grilled?
I think so. The McDonald's in Stanford, I don't think they have a grilled chicken sandwich. At least I didn't order one.
Well, you like it all gooey and greasy.
It was no. I just wanted
crunchy.
to. I wanted to test it out, and you know what? It wasn't bad. It was actually okay.
I don't think you're a good person to qualify food.
All right, I'll
as
tell you what
good
we're gonna do.
or bad.
Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to do a video for the Dave and Kathy Unplugged channel. We're gonna do a taste test between the Chick-fil-A sandwich chicken sandwich and the McDonald's chicken sandwich. And maybe we'll even throw Burger King in.
I can't eat Burger King.
No, I'm going to taste it.
Oh, and I'm just gonna sit there and watch. I'll just watch while you stuff your face. Sounds like a lot of fun.
What do you think?
Whatever you want to do.
And it'll be a blind test.
But I think I have to be part of it. But I can't do Burger King. There
No, but
has
you
to
won't
be
know-
something
you
else.
won't know.
Wendy's. We could do Wendy's.
No, hold on. You won't know which is which.
I know that.
Okay.
I'm just saying I can't even think about eating Burger King.
But you won't know that it's Burger King.
Oh my God.
And imagine this.
Doesn't
Imagine if the favorite sandwich of yours ends up being the Burger King sandwich.
Well, wouldn't that
Well,
be
that
shocking?
would be a shocker.
That would be a surprise.
That would be a surprise. All right, we're making that video later.
No, we're not eating 3 different chicken sandwiches
You're not
today.
going to have to eat the whole chicken sandwich. We just got to find an exit that has a McDonald's, a Burger King, and a Chick-fil-A.
Do you know how bad our car is going to smell?
We can do it outside the car. It doesn't have to be in the car. We can include Bailey in the test. She could be one of the judges.
She eats anything.
I know she does.
Again, not a good judge.
All right, we are
Not a connoisseur.
1.8 miles away from the exit in Garysburg, and I'm excited. The track is literally a mile off the road, 2 miles off the
Oh,
road.
it's a great location.
We should do a Zaxby's, including Zaxby's.
I think I went to a Zaxby's once.
They're not bad.
What about a DQ? You love your DQ.
Well, that's a whole different league.
Is that more gourmet?
No, it's just a different food group.
I thought they had sandwiches. I thought they had food.
They do. That's the Chill and Grill. Not a big fan of Chill and Grill. I go
I'm
Dairy
not a-
Queen for ice cream.
As we all know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Garysburg,
Here we come.
Gaston. Wasn't Gaston in
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast?
Gaston.
This is where he lives.
He was the big muscle guy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, there's a place, Red Wines, Garage and Parts.
Oh, I thought I was going to get some red wine with my chicken sandwich.
No. This is North
I got a
Carolina.
little excited for a minute.
This is North Carolina. All right, we're getting off the exit. Next stop, NC Car. NC Car.
Very cool.
And the gate's open, actually.
Oh, good. Well, it's a lot later than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It's 8:30.
So interesting. Let's see if Hi, good morning. Sam. Dave Cooper, how are you? Good to see you.
It's our
Bailey,
freezing
stop.
pup.
Yeah, let me just pull over here. 1 second.
Bailey, you have to do nice.